Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Good Taste Kitchen. I am Chef McKaylin. Today, we are going to be making a Southwestern Turkey Power Bowl with a base of sweet potatoes, adding in roasted Brussels sprouts, some red pepper, and a beautifully sliced avocado, topped with Baja Chipotle sauce. So, let's get started. Now, the very first thing that I did was peel my sweet potatoes. I wanted to make sure that I got these into the oven so that they were able to really roast all the way through and become fork tender. I went ahead and sliced them up and then diced them into very fine cubes. As I mentioned before, the sweet potatoes are going to be the base of our power bowl, and the texture as well as the shape of the sweet potatoes plays a very important role in the overall dish. Once those were all cubed, I went ahead and dusted them with a little bit of olive oil, some table sugar, and just a few pinches of salt. You don't need much for sweet potatoes because they do yield sweetness on their own, but I did dust them with a little bit of sugar to make sure that sweetness is accented in our power bowl. Next, I went ahead and popped those into the oven at 400 degrees to get those roasting while I continue to prep the rest of our meal. Next, let's get started on our Brussels sprouts. With our Brussels sprouts, I am just going to take the core off of them and slice them in half. Now, to cook our Brussels sprouts, we are just going to be sauteing them in some olive oil and adding just a little bit of salt and pepper. Now that they've been coated in oil, I'm going to go in with some salt and pepper. It really amazes me how many people don't care for Brussels sprouts. In my mind, they're like little mini cabbages. All you need is salt and pepper, maybe a little bacon fat, and you're good to go. Now, to make sure that these don't burn, I'm going to add a little bit of water to help them steam and continue to cook. And while these are cooking, I'm going to get started on my peppers and garlic and onion to go into the ground turkey. Hey! Now our Brussels sprouts have been cooking. They look cooked all the way through. I'm able to press down on them and they separate. I'm going to go ahead and get these pulled off. I'm just going to give a quick check on my sweet potatoes. They're looking really good. I'm going to give them a toss to make sure that they're cooking evenly through. Now, we don't want the sweet potatoes to lose their texture, so once you think that they are finished cooking, go ahead and pull them out and set those to the side as well. Okay, so we have our Brussels sprouts done, we have our sweet potatoes done. The last thing that we need to do is go ahead and cook up the ground turkey. I'm going to pour a little bit of olive oil into a saute skillet. As this is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and add in my diced onion, my diced bell pepper, as well as the garlic that I minced. Once these have cooked through, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my ground turkey. Then I'm gonna go in with my favorite taco seasoning mix. This has a little bit of a medium spice level, so it is on the spicier side. If you'd like to add heat, feel free. If not, that's okay too. I'm just going to allow the meat to brown and then go in and see if the seasoning needs any adjustment. Okay, all of our components are done. Let's put together our bowl. Okay, everything is done. Everything looks good. It smells delicious, and I'm getting hungry. So let's make our power bowl. First, I'm going to start with some of the diced sweet potatoes. Next, I'm going to go in with some of our ground turkey right there on top, off to the side. Next, I'm going to go in with the Brussels sprouts and add those on the side there. I'm going to add just a little bit of cheese on top of the ground turkey. I'm going to go in with a sliced avocado. Then I'm going to go in with some tortilla strips. And finally, some chipotle sauce. Would you guys look at that? Now this is a protein power bowl. Let's taste. Get a little bit of that sweet potato underneath, the ground turkey, a Brussels sprout. Everything will just come together in one bite. A little bit of cheese pull. Choosing to use the sweet potato as the base was a smart idea because it brings a sweetness that contrasts to the spiciness of the chipotle. You guys, I'm in love. So good. This meal is definitely going in my mini rotation. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching. I hope that you'll be able to give this recipe a try on your own. And if you do, come back and leave a comment or share this video with someone who you think may enjoy this recipe as well. Thank you guys for tuning in to Good Taste Kitchen. I'll see you next time. Bye.